A story is circulating around the internet that suggests Russia has known about alien civilizations for many decades. Part of this fantastic tale involves a UFO that allegedly crashed in 1969, was recovered by Russian military, see image below, and a dead alien that was reportedly autopsied, according to thevoiceofrussia.com. If this scenario sounds familiar, it's probably because of the most fabled and legendary story involving an alleged crashed UFO and the subsequent autopsy of its alien crew, Roswell, NM, where those events supposedly occurred in 1947. Despite official explanations that it was a secret military spy balloon that came down in New Mexico, the Roswell crash has kept the public enthralled for decades. Not to be outdone, the nearly identical story emerged from the Soviet Union about an unknown craft that crashed near the former district of Sverdlovsk in 1969. Maybe it's just easier to pronounce Roswell versus Sverdlovsk. But before we get all excited about the Soviet UFO autopsy story, it should be pointed out that it's not new. The twist in this storyline is why the Russian event is suddenly getting more media attention than it has in the past. This entire alleged incident was actually reported on a 1998 TNT special, The Secret KGB UFO Files, and hosted by former James Bond actor Roger Moore. The program showed startling filmed segments of the alleged UFO crash as well as several minutes of the supposed autopsy of the dead alien. Most serious UFO researchers consider this story to be a complete hoax. In his 1998 review of The Secret KGB UFO Files, NBC News space consultant, former rocket scientist and UFO skeptic James Oberg pointed out how a disclaimer at the beginning of the program said, "What you are about to see may or may not be true." And at the end, Oberg writes, 2 screens full of warning messages were even more to the point. One paragraph read, "The producers disclaim and do not guarantee the accuracy or truthfulness of any of the documentation or materials that have been provided by any source. The materials and opinion presented on this program, including documents, film, photo, or video footage, come from the sources and are not the responsibility of the producers." They couldn't have been more explicit in their announcement that the whole series of episodes about the recovery of a crashed flying saucer in 1969 near Sverdlovsk, and a subsequent autopsy, was a made-up story with posed footage, Oberg wrote. If, indeed, this was all a staged hoax, why would the Voice of Russia, which currently broadcasts to 109 million listeners in 160 countries and is considered one of the top 5 radio broadcasters in the world, suddenly circulate this story again now?